So, like I was saying, I had another incident that day. I have to sit up there and I have to put that previous video on there too. But you'll see it's like three parts to this video. So I walked to Walmart and I'm minding my business. I was getting on the little mobile carts because I was like, man, I'm not gonna walk. And the guy was like, it's not working. And I looked at the guy say, oh, okay. And I still kept pressing the cart. The cart said 75%. He said it keeps going from 75 to 11. And it was saying 11 hours and 75%. I'm like, oh, okay. He said, so when I got on the cart and I still was sitting up there trying to ride it, he sat up there and he looked at me. He's like, what, you think I'm a liar or something? You think I'm lying to you? I said, sir, I'm not saying you're lying to me. I'm using the cart, whatever, you know. I don't even think I used that verse, but it was somewhat similar to that saying. So the guy set up and he started being very disrespectful. He say, I can't stand some about you Arab bitchs. And I told him, I said, I'm not Arab, but at the same time, I can go Taliban on your ass. And I was already angry, and I got out of pocket. God knows I did, and I later on had to ask God for forgiveness because of the simple fact that I'm minding my own business and someone else trying to keep me in sin. This part of the reason why I really don't like dealing with the public too much. I am a great communicationist. I'm a great person. I can interact with anybody. I have great interpersonal skills. But to be totally honest with you, I really don't like interacting with people because certain personalities aren't healthy for me. But I thank God for the gift of being able to interact with people because it does help me in the area in which I'm going. But at the same time, certain people, I'm starting to learn in this season, it's after us to keep us in sin and to keep us without. Like they come with their agendas to keep us without because I thought I might have that fight that day out there and stuff like that. This guy out of nowhere, like, you what you think I'm lying to you or something? And I mean he's very aggressive at me that I gotta get back aggressive with you and stuff like that. And I'm starting to realize that these people aren't safe for me to be even be around. I honestly, I pray for the day that I can sit up there and like be in my house and work on like the computer at home instead of having to go out in the public and deal with the public a lot of times because I start to realize like the environment that we're in is unsafe, it's unhealthy for righteous people, for people period. It's unhealthy because everything is so volatile, everything is so angry, it's rah-rah and aggressive, and it's hateful. I can't tell you, I go to work and I had to realize like at at the job I'm still learning a lot, but I try to do what Dr. Burns King said and like just strive for excellence with the work that you're doing. I can't say that every day I'm good, man. There's some days I go in there, I feel like I'm about to drop. People don't know that I suffer from sickness and stuff like that. So if you see me moving slow or you see me um doing stuff slowly, it's because I suffer from a lot of different things, and I be sometimes feeling like I'm about to pass out, and I'm trying to just hold on to the counters and stuff just to keep going, you know. And a lot of people don't know that. So I'm sitting up here and I'm at work, and I started noticing like with coworkers and people that I work with, it was like I'm minding my business, man. I ain't bothering y'all. Why y'all bother me? I have to really like get out of pocket sometimes, and have to try to control myself from getting out of pocket because of the way they are, and stuff like that. I remember this was like yesterday or incident happened. I'm sitting up there and I'm just like prepping because I work for certain stuff. And this woman was like, do this first, do this first. And I'm telling her, I say, well, it's not ready yet. You can't do what isn't ready. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Do what? It is not ready. I have to assist in preparing it. It's not ready. It needs to be done. It gotta go now. Until she made me so angry, and I was just like, "Look, woman, don't say nothing else to me, or I'm gonna do something to you if you don't leave me the hell alone." It's sad that you gotta be like that with people because you realize it's demonic possession, but you like, dog, could you back off? I just said it the right way. No, it's not ready yet. And you keep telling them in the nicest form you can tell, it's not ready yet. Sweetheart, stop. It's not ready. And they keep nagging until you act inappropriate. And then God began to deal with me on that and say, you know what? I want you to humble yourself and calm down and stop being angry. And this just happened yesterday. Humble yourself, stop being angry, stop being upset, and take some time to let them just do them and ignore them. Ignore them. And that's the hardest thing to do because these people, and I tried to ignore them one time before and I still try it now, but these people will still jug and nag until you let them know, look, I will do something to you. I'm not the type of person you want to really try like this. And that's what they want to bring out of you. But then I remember the other YouTube video, which is going to be attached down here, with the woman sitting up there, and she was like, they can't believe that people are good. They can't believe that, they can't receive that people are actually good, or that there's actual good people in society. They weren't taught that. They don't believe it, so they do any and everything to you guys, trying to play you guys and trying to take you out of pocket. Because I never knew that. Like managers, I mean, they will gang up on you and try to like attack you, and you like, hold up, what are you attacking me for? Get back, that type of stuff. And I had to realize, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing things the right way, and they can't believe it. They're not entitled to believe it. So they have to sit up there and try to take me out of pocket and stuff like that. And this is where God's beginning to say, okay, be humble as a dove. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Calm down. Humble yourself. I'm going to show you something this season. Humble yourself. And that's the hardest thing for me to do right now. But I know that God has a purpose behind it. So I'm going to do it. But it becomes hard because when they do stuff like that, first thing that comes to my mind, they're trying to bring me into sin. And sometimes they do achieve that because I've been to say something to them inappropriate. I've been to tell them, look, I'm not on that. I'll even been to do something to them inappropriate. So I have to really be careful with myself and guard myself and monitor myself when they're doing these type of things, and actually start documenting some of these situations to the proper management, because I know that they don't know what all I'm going through. They probably don't even understand what I'm going through with the attacks alone. Just like the attacks alone is just excessive. And I'm not the type that won't fight back. So that's another thing. I don't believe that God brought us to be doormats for nobody either. I'm the type that fights back. So you can't do certain stuff to me and expect me to just sit there docile, because that's not how God raised me. That's not how I feel like America runs. If it's injustice, we wipe injustice out. That's not how we do things. So it becomes very difficult for us to function amongst certain people. Cause like the nitpicking, automatically we like, oh man, that's them. That's them. Them the ones that's trying to be masters. Them the ones that's trying to run stuff and don't know what's really going down. Because I have seen a lot of people go out to be masters and try to be gods and all kinds of stuff like that. Man, when you see them like a couple of years later, I don't know what be wrong with them. I be about to cry, because it's like, this is not the person that I know. This ain't even a person that I met, and it's sad, but it's so much true. And probably some people probably feel that way about me too, so I can't even say nothing about that either. Well, she's not half the person that I met, or she's not half the person that I knew. So we really do have to be mindful of some of the things that's going on, some of the spirits that are trying to keep us in sin, even on the job. Because, like, the same way Martin Luther King said, okay, well, work the job to proficiency and you're doing that, sometimes it's other stuff going on too that's trying to prevent you from doing that, trying to keep you in sin, trying to keep you in turmoil. You know what I'm saying? They after your money, they after your pockets. Cause guess what? God say, I will sit up there and I will prosper you. God say, my will is for you to have and have in abundance. That means God's will for me to be rich. Guess what? The enemy will for me to be poor. So they trying to keep me in sin by any means necessary. So anger, they trying to create anger in me so that I can sit up and I can mess up. They trying to create an unstable mind so I can mess up. They trying to sit up there and create vision impairment so I can mess up. They trying to sit up there and take my mind and erase my memory so I can mess up. They trying to make me forget my God so that I can mess up. All these different things is so that I can mess up and I can fall back into the same traps, doing the same thing and never have. So I have to be very careful about the people that I associate myself with, people that are around me, people that come into my atmosphere. I have to really be careful and focus on God always. Hopefully these words encourage you. Hopefully you guys realize that there are so many different traps that are set out to keep us without. And hopefully you guys don't fall into any like I have. May God bless you guys. Stay blessed.